welcome back, everybody. So 24 minutes before 7 here on the program, let's get into our trending topics. All right, so let's take a look. What's topping the list there this morning? Malema. Okay, Malema is the trending topic for today. So Julius Malema, and I mean, listen, there's always a talking point when it comes to Julius Malema, and I know that I suppose there seems to be a big conversation between Julius Malema and Gayton McKenzie, and I can see different things of sort of people saying, you know, well, this is just one tweet that jumped up. Wearing overalls to represent workers, as Julius Malema says, or wearing overalls to actually do the work, as Gayton McKenzie does. Malema must better donate those overalls to the real workers. Many people in factories and in construction actually need them. So that's just one angle. I know that the EFF are going to be having their usual press conference, and that's going to be happening on, what is today's date? Today's this. So it's happening tomorrow, so that's when the press conference will be taking place. That's something that people are talking about as well with regard to that. And you know, there is so much happening and talking about, and I think one of the big ones as well was a tweet that came out, and it was all about the Sunday Times. Somebody tweeted something that the editorial of the Sunday Times had said, and they wrote saying, the ruling party's elective conference is a few months away, and President Cyril Ramaphosa, seemingly a shoo-in for a second term, expects his opponents to work overtime to dig up dirt on him and his associates. It is time when those of us in the news media need to be extra careful of the information that gets brought to us. There is bound to be a lot of manipulation and peddling of half-truths, etc., etc., and all of this, and we mustn't ignore information just because it may be a part of factional fighting. And I know that Julius Malema absolutely put a big question mark on that one, saying, really? All right, so yeah, as I say, there are quite a few trends, reasons as to why Malema is trending.
Right, moving on to Guptas, and this, of course, in part has to do with the allegations and the charges being laid by Arthur Fraser against the president. So basically, people talking about how differently the two matters have been dealt with, the Guptas and Zuma, as compared to how the Cyril Ramaphosa incident is being handled. For example, Sintlese says the same so-called media that gleefully reported damaging allegations against Zuma and the Guptas in the lead up to the NASREC conference now wants to caution its journalists against reporting damaging criminal allegations about Ramaphosa and a few others as well. But generally, that is the trend here. Matibela saying attackers of Zuma and Guptas are now defenders of CR17 and Glencore. So the Guptas essentially being invoked as a result of what's happening around the president at the moment.
All right, Arthur Fraser, I mean, we know what's going on. So this is all the allegations that came, and he, remember, last week laid that criminal charge against the president at the Rosebank police station and brought to light all of this happening. So Fraser at the center of all of this, and you know, there's just, as you would imagine, there's so much talk over the weekend and Sunday newspapers and different angles and everybody wanting to take sides. But anyway, this is the reality. So Fraser's still at the center of all of this, and people just sort of speaking to this. One of the tweets saying, I'm struggling to understand Arthur Fraser knows what happened on Ramaphosa's farm when it happened, and how he knows the amount of cash stolen, assuming it was covered up. And if Fraser's version is accurate, when did he learn of it, and why did he also not report it? That's just one tweet around it. So just to give you an idea of the kind of angles that people are taking and looking at the story, and Fraser being, of course, a key role player in all of this.
Right, Nhlanhla, I take it this is Nhlanhla Lux. And again, a lot being said about Dudula strategies and the whole crime situation in the country. So quite a lot going on here. I think over the weekend there was also another new chapter of Dudula launched. I think it was in Katlehong. So essentially around that.
Always. A Monday morning is almost guaranteed to have Nhlanhla Lux there trending. And then finally, William trending. And I think that what I'm gathering is this is, of course, Prince William, after the weekend that was, and this was the big Jubilee weekend for the Queen, and you saw the families all gathering together, and Prince William obviously taking a lot of the attention there. But I think more than Prince William, it was actually little Louis that really did steal the show when it came to a lot of the things, and people talking about Louis and his behavior. At one of the things, I think he was even sort of like doing a thing to his mom at one stage where he was really driving her mad at one of the concerts, just being a kid. I mean, that pretty much so was doing it. Prince Louis, very distracted at many of the events. But yeah, Prince William, and people talking about Prince William and the Jubilee and the heirs to the throne and the photographs and the concerts and the you name it. I mean, it was a massive talking point over this weekend, and quite a show the Brits put on to celebrate the 70 years of the Platinum Jubilee, as they're calling it, of the Queen on the throne. So yeah, there we go. Those are your trending topics on this Monday morning.